Okay, so 7.2, we want to graph, right? More graphing. We're going to graph equations, but specifically linear equations. Notice the word line is embedded in there. Linear equations, right, in two variables, right? That is x and y. And so in 7.1, right, we plotted general points, but now we're going to use specific or special types of points. So before we get to that, there is a standard form that we write a linear equation in, and that is ax plus by equals c, right? And a and b, right, these guys are real numbers, right? And remember, the word real just means we're talking about all the numbers in math: fractions, decimals, positive numbers, negative numbers, zero. And x and y, right, these guys are the variables, right? That is, they vary. They can be anything. And again, so these are our two quantities, right, that we saw in section 7.1. Okay, so this is the big idea here. So here is my y-axis, right, and here is my x-axis. And we want to graph a line. So let me just choose, okay, I'll just choose green. And this is a general line, right? Pretend I'm using a ruler here. We need to graph this line, but in order to graph this line, I need to plot 2 points. We're going to plot these 2 specific points, right? This one that touches the x-axis, so this is called the x-intercept, right? Intercept means touches, like interception in football, right? You intercept, you touch, you get the ball. And this guy is on the y-axis, so that's why we call this not the y-axis, we call it the y-intercept. Oops. Okay, so we want to, let me just change of color here. Okay, let me just move up. So this is the goal, right, to graph that green line. And how do we find these intercepts? Well, we're going to use, change colors here, let's do yellow, right? We're going to use this equation, and we're going to find the intercepts of that equation. So again, so let's do, well, let me actually do the example in the next video, so it won't take up too much time. But let me quickly write, this green line is your ax plus by equals c, and maybe I'll make this green, right? So that's going to be my green line. And again, these are very special points. We want to find these guys. Actually, let me write one more thing. This point here, like let's say this was a 2. The ordered pair would be 2, 0. Okay, 0 because the point has no height. This guy, well, let's just say it was -2, right? Then this would be 0, -2, right? 0, we're not moving. Let me just get my arrow. Right, we're not, if here's 0, right, x is 0, so we're not moving anywhere, not to the right or to the left. We're staying here, and we're just going down -2 units. And I want you to notice that there's a 0 in the x coordinate and then there's a 0 in the y-coordinate. And this is very important, that 0. Right? Notice the y-intercept, right, is when x is 0, and the x-intercept is when y is 0. So we're going to use that in the next example. So hopefully that makes sense.